Hello, this is Dr. Lana back with you. And last week, my subject was on Native African Americans, the worldview, and I ended with microaggressions that are insulting with us. However, I mistakenly left out one of the most important microaggressions uh, that we find as insulting. And so as I said before, there are many microaggressions, those verbal behaviors done intentionally that communicate hostile and derogatory, negative racial slights and insults. But I want you to know that for black people, microaggressions are not just done by white people, but they're also done by people of color. Know that black people are not people of color. We are black people. And so, one of the biggest microaggressions that black people can hear is, what do you think? Just think about it for a minute. You're playing the race card. You are playing the race card again. You're playing the race card. 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 You're playing the race card again. You're playing the race card. And yes, so what do you think it makes us feel like when we hear that term, you're playing the race card? As for myself, it makes me cringe. It makes me cringe. And I want to say cringe, but I dare not say because if I say, they'll say that I'm being the angry black woman. So I have to say, it makes me cringe. But besides cringing, it makes me, or it makes us feel irritated. It makes us feel enraged. It makes us feel like our dignity is degraded. It makes us feel emotionally, I would say emotionally violated. That's how it makes us feel. And the message that we receive from this is that I'm not even trying to stand in your shoes or feel your pain. I don't care about your experience. Just be quiet. I don't want to hear about the racism you think that you're experiencing. And to us, you're saying this to kill and bury our voices. You want to silence us into not mentioning the racism we're facing. I'm trying to tell you how this is affecting my life, whether it's at school, whether it's on the job or another environment, and you don't want to hear what I have to say. Therefore, I feel invisible. It's insensitive. It's very insensitive. So let me tell you what I did. I did a little research on the origin of this term. And guess what I found out? It means to attempt to gain advantage by playing or drawing attention to your race. And I want to tell you about an experience that I had working on a professional job. I had telephoned one of my uh, cohorts or employees, fellow employees, to let her know that I did not think it was proper or appropriate for her to introduce me at a professional not meeting, not even a meeting, but a professional summit, a professional conference by my first name in lieu of saying Dr. Lana. And so we didn't talk about it at the conference, but we talked more about it uh, when we got back to the office. And believe it or not, she accused me of playing the race card. Therefore, no matter how I explained to her that it had to do with historical reasons, she never got it. She couldn't get it. And so our relationship was never the same after that. But I found that this term was used in the UK in the 1950s and the 1960s, and of course it's been used in other countries such as England, but the phrase is used more so in the United States. Now, I have a friend in England who has complained to me a lot about this term, the race card, being used there. But this term was also used in 1989, um, where it's printed in the, I call it the Kokomo Tribune, where a judge who had been appointed by President Carter to the courthouses was impeached, and during his trial, uh, the defense said that they played a lot of the race card to get him out of his trouble. It didn't work because he was still impeached, but the fact that they said that his attorneys were playing the race card. And then it was used again in 1995. Where did you think that was used? What happened in 1995 that would make attorneys say that the defense was using the race card or playing the race card? It became commonplace in the United States during O.J. Simpson's trial in 1995. And yes, again, the newspaper described the tactics of O.J. Simpson's defense lawyers as playing the race card. But why was playing the race card necessary in order for O.J. Simpson to go free? Why would they have to say playing the race card? It was because they believed that the only way for his defense to deal with his physical evidence, the physical evidence against him, would be to play the race card. And this was reported in the Daily Herald in 1995. So, my dear friends, for those of you who tell a black person that he or she is playing the race card, hear me. I understand that listening is a difficult skill to acquire. But when people don't listen, I see it as a disconnect, and it is a disconnect when we don't listen. And this disconnect has influenced your ability to listen with understanding and to make an honest judgment about what is being said. Not listening prevents you from standing in my shoes, standing in our shoes. So therefore, when I talk about my experience, I ask you to listen, not be judgmental, but walk and pace with me as I endeavor to help empower you, to help you dismantle the walls of injustice in my situation. When you listen to my reality and help me breathe free, guess what you do? You make the environment better for you, for me, and for everybody. Just listen. Just listen. Please don't say that we're playing the race card ever, because it's like putting a dagger to our hearts. Thank you.